some of y'all doing too much and annoying me. So here we go.
Let's kill this. How you like that now? Let's kill this. How you like that?
Jimin recently released his pre-release single for the album Face called Set Me Free Part 2. Which is obviously a callback to Interlude Set Me Free from D2 by Suga. And let me tell you, I am obsessed with this song. I have it on repeat since it was released. I cannot even explain how much I'm in love with this. And everybody I personally know is also like loving the song. Most of them are not K-pop stans though. But K-pop stans on Twitter and even on YouTube to an extent have extremely aggressive opinions on it. I saw a reaction video when the song dropped on Twitter and the girl started laughing the moment the song started, and you want me to take this person seriously. Like, don't piss me off. Anyway, let's discuss the song, shall we? Let's start with the music video. I don't think I even have to say this, but the choreography is fantastic. I love it when the backup dancers have a different choreography from the person who is actually dancing. And the backup dancers are actually used to complement the artist rather than like everybody doing the same move. It feels like when we watched On by BTS, it also followed a similar format where the backup dancers had an entirely different choreography than BTS themselves, which in itself was an amazing way to differentiate the artist and the performers behind him. And yes, they don't need colored outfits or anything to differentiate between the artist and performer, because the artist in itself stands out like that. That is such a shallow argument on to why you hate the music video. I mean, to each their own, but still I find it really vague and kind of stupid if you ask me. Because even the context of the music video and the theme of it, the color grading of it, doesn't allow Jimin to wear a different color outfit from the backup dancers. Because I don't know if it's just me, but if you look carefully in the music video and the choreography, it kind of showcases how a butterfly is flying out of its cocoon. And when it's completely out, that is when the color of the outfit is being changed. The music video heavily symbolizes transformation and an internal battle that Jimin has within himself and others. And this look where he has that poem printed on his body and his tone completely changes, becoming like absolutely aggressive, a side of Jimin which we never saw. That is probably my favorite part of the entire music video. Now, let's talk about the music. But I will not be commenting on this particular part because I'm not a black person and I don't think it's my place to comment on it. But I never thought that him using your instead of apparently the or my was an issue, because I understood the song as the internal battle of personas within Jimin's mind, talking to each other, just like how it was in Shadow, kinda. So in that first portion, I thought it was him talking to himself, and it made perfect sense to me. But I don't know if it's just me, but that's what I understood. Now let's discuss here we go again. The Autotune and vocal distortion, because some K-pop stans only see one reason behind the Autotune in any music, which is frustrating. You guys must hate T-Pain and Travis Scott. In K-pop industry altogether, I've never seen any other artist use Autotune so stylistically like BTS does. One of my favorite being Interlude Shadow by Suga. where the shadow takes over and speaks to him. Like, from my understanding, is what Jimin is also trying to do. But yeah, there's obviously no spoon feeding. There is no two Jimin in the music video. There kinda is, but not at the same time, so people might have missed it or something. I don't know. But yeah, this particular portion in Shadow, even though Interlude Shadow did get a bit of hate for the autotune, it was not to this extent because it came towards the end of the song for a small portion of time. But the song that was released after that, which talked about the same thing, couldn't escape the hate of K-pop stans. And the song is, you guessed it right, Black Swan. The best K-pop song to ever come out of the industry that was torn into pieces by K-pop stans online in the beginning. In typical K-pop fashion, they started praising it once the hype was down. Not a surprise, that's what they do all the time. But I cannot believe a song like Black Swan was shat on because K-pop stans don't know what autotune is actually used for. You like the style, you don't like the style, that is a you problem. You do you, I have nothing to say that. But saying that it ruined the song or that it is used to cover up vocal mistakes is unbelievably stupid. Do you guys not listen to songs outside of K-pop or what? Why is it so hard for you all to understand autotune is used as a stylistic choice, whether you like it or not, in songs? Because that is the theme the artists want to follow. Nobody is asking you to love the song, but don't go around spewing shit like certain creative and artistic choices are made in music because of the artist's lack of talent, apparently. That makes you look like a clown. And funny enough, these are the same people that go around pretending that the experiments done by SM is good in any way. This is the first time after Interlude Shadow, I will say a song that is properly experimenting worked so incredibly well in K-pop. And that is telling. Also, these are all my opinions. You can disagree, I don't care. But some of y'all are sounding like you just want to hate on everything any BTS member puts out. This has been happening since forever. I talked about it in my last video as well. And looking at the streams of Set Me Free Part 2 and how well it is doing outside of K-pop among locals on TikTok and everything, and the actual music critiques and producers' opinions regarding the song, I think K-pop stans are the only ones who have a problem.
I know that some people, when they hear autotune, that's all they can really hear, but I do challenge you to see if you can listen beyond that to get a full grasp of the entire sound. Because I think autotune actually can sound pretty cool, especially heavy autotune like this. As long as it's used, you know, it's like anything else, it's a tool, yeah? Up with like everything that BTS puts out, he has taken that light sound of his and turned it into a very aggressive, incredibly twangy, some people might say nasal sound there. And it sounds way more hard hitting, but it's really nice use of that auto-tune on the response. So, I feel like this song is just a completely different level from a lot of the stuff that I've heard recently. It's insane how much work I feel like went into this song. Incredibly detailed, like every single inch, every single second of it is well thought out. Because it's like he has like, it's almost like he has like 3 different voices. He has like that very bright sounding one that I was talking about at the beginning. He has sort of like, let's say, more of a normal pop voice, if that makes sense, where it's like not so bright, a little bit like more calm. And then he has this like super light angelic voice. And what a lot of artists do is they sort of like blend all these things together into one cohesive general voice, right? So it all lines up, it all sounds like it's the same person. Jimin, it's almost like he's very purposefully dividing up these different parts of himself, which is really cool. And it's like his personality is being split here in these different vocal styles. There might even be more to that, like maybe when one voice says something, it means something in particular. When another voice says something, it means something in particular. I haven't thought that deep into it, but it definitely seems like that could be the case. It's possible that his vocals are in line with the theme of the song, which is Set Me Free, right? So maybe he's exploring more options with his vocals and all within one song. So he's kind of doing a little bit of everything in a way that does create this sense of freedom for him. Because even underneath the heavy auto-tune in some of these sections, he is still changing his vocal technique underneath that. That's what gives everything a little bit more flavor.
So as I said earlier, to each their own. And thank you for listening to my frustrated rant. And thanks for tuning in. Anyway, stream the song that broke records on iTunes and have the biggest debut by a K-pop act on Spotify in the year 2023.